Alright everybody, we're live again, and I'm gonna give the commentary to two other people here. It's Ninja, and we're still having Nasafik with us. I'm gonna give you guys the best of luck, and of course this team, and I will say take it over, people.
Thank you,
Mark.
very much. Okay. So we're back to having 3 supports, 2 firebugs, and a demo?
The same loadout from the previous game.
Yes, that's correct.
We're just waiting for the final word.
Barrels for you, you bastard.
There we go.
And that'll do it. First stop, the church. Always a good place.
Looks like they're gonna weld the right door. I believe that was their strategy last time. It's nice and simple. Makes everything go to the left door.
Can't you see I'm reloading?
It's only been a few seconds and already we got some spawns coming in through the window by the pedestal of the church.
New mag.
Or the altar, I'm sorry.
New mag. Give me a sec. Can't you see I'm reloading?
Looks
like
like they
they
have a
Yeah?
Follow me, I'm reloading.
safe strategy thus far, although the Zeds are taking their time trying to populate the door frame.
Looks like they prioritized 1 firebug and 1 support on the door. So everyone else gets to save their ammo and relax.
They're in good shape, but there's a couple of clots actually walking away from the church. Not quite sure how that's going to bode for their overall time. Yeah, there's some clots making their way all the way down to the police station.
They seem to have a pathing issue over there.
Yep, just walking past the filthy wench. And yet, there's literally... Oh, some of the clots get to the door frame of the police station to make a U-turn. Oh, nope, someone just went in. This may prove to be a bit of a time issue for the team. Yep, 5 clots and a bloat, just hanging out at the police station. I don't know if they're going to alter their strategy to adapt and hunt, but right now the team is just sitting there twiddling their thumbs, so to speak.
They did move to the police station last time they played, so I'm gonna assume that they're gonna do it the next few rounds, within the next few rounds.
If the game stays at this speed, then yeah, I think they'll have to be forced to. Although
Yeah, I don't... Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, although that doesn't always have to be the case. Sometimes enemies tend to just flood the side of the church, and that just helps, you know, just mow down the numbers. Yeah, we still see some clots moving through the police station. Do you think they're going to jump out from the church and just mow down the rest by hand?
Well, if they don't catch on that, hey, we're not getting a good enough flow into the church, they might, but it doesn't seem like they know.
What do you think would be a reasonable number for them to start dispersing and just mowing down the rest?
Honestly, just like judging from the tournament, I've seen like from 10 to like 3. Honestly, I would go for about 15, but I have
For
too
wave
much
1, yeah, I think that 15
Oh, wave
to
1.
20 is a safe number.
I just run around in wave 1. Then again, we're not under any pressure to speed things up, right?
Not us. But time is Team Cannon Fodder's enemy here.
Mm-hmm.
With
And
10
it's gonna
Zeds
depend
left
on
to
where
go.
it's gonna depend on where their trader is.
Judging by their stationary movements, it seems that the trader actually might be behind him at the church. Although I must admit, I'm kind of intrigued that they're not really stepping out of
Yeah,
the church
they're
to
not
finish
moving.
off the rest. Oh, and that's wave 1 completed in over 4 minutes.
They just skipped it. Wow. Okay.
Wow. Nicely done. So they're still rocking the same armaments and munitions from spawn. Yep, and there goes an ammo pack that'll be much needed to keep these guys at bay. Okay, so now it looks like things are going to get a bit heavier. Hopefully the game will pick up speed. I think 5 minutes may be kind of a bit of a munch on their time. Do you think so?
Yeah. But they did skip trader, so they saved a whole minute from that. It's gonna make up for whatever happened at the police station over there.
It does look better now than before. I don't see... Well, there's still a bit of a crowd over there, but at least they're making their way. Except for one stray clot. Poor clot. They have a steady stream going, but in the interest of time, it makes one wonder if they may have benefited from possibly kiting the first 2 or 3 waves, just to speed things up overall.
You know, I just noticed that they put their demo. Their demo has the highest ping at 212. I wonder if that's going to affect their efficiency to kill flesh pounds and screaks.
With that ping and that perk, they might have him slightly deprioritized for Skrakes. But for the rest of the crowd and that ping, you know, fortunately a demo perk isn't one that requires too much accuracy.
Right.
Like, it's not exactly a precision perk. So I guess that helps balance itself out. If it was if Malok was a sharpshooter rocking that 200 ping, that might actually be quite problematic.
Oh, that lonely clot that was stuck in the police station is now attacking their right door.
And just discovered a new level of loneliness in the afterlife. We are looking at 7.5 minutes with still 80 enemies to go, and me needs money for some reason. Unless he's just taking the preemptive approach and plotting out his next purchases at the next trader wave.
It's actually surprising to see that because usually all the teams are on TeamSpeak, or they're just chatting on Steam.
That's a very valid point, although I find myself sometimes contradicting that with certain text commands, even if I'm speaking with a microphone. That could just be me being weird, but...
Yeah, it's just sort of a habit sometimes.
It is, especially the insult specimens.
Oh
fallout.
yeah.
I just spam that even if I'm still, you know, rocking the full voice chat.
V52.
not to distract too much from the gameplay, but I'm looking forward to when you could create custom keybinds for callouts in Killing Floor 2. That'll be a nice day. So back onto this, we're at less than 20 Zeds, finishing up on Wave 2. And yeah, I feel like they should just be comfortable in running out of the church and making the run for the next trader. Okay, 8 left. Unless they plan on skipping this trader wave too. No.
No, I don't think so.
No, they have to restock up. If you look at their munitions, they are very, very dry. Oh, looks like the trader's actually not too far from them at that corner shop, past the underpass. Good location.
Still that clot attacking that door.
Oh wow, I haven't even seen that. That
Yeah,
one clot is just eating up their time.
He's been there the entire time. I'm surprised they didn't clear him when they stepped out of the church.
Oh no, oh no! I was worried that was gonna happen. The grenade has busted the door down, which is going to... Well, that's actually not a threat, I'm sorry. Hit the door's back.
Yeah, it's not KF2.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Some modes of me have not fully reversed back yet.
It's like we got
But-
a bunch of dual flares.
Would be interesting if the following trader wave is again at the church. Then they could just zip right in and be on their way. Assuming they still plan to stay at the church for a wave or two more. And it looks like they will. And with the vote skip put in place, they're now starting wave 3. With under 250 Zeds to go.
And 11 minutes.
If you had to throw in a ballpark guess, and Team Cannon Fodder was successful, what time do you think they're looking at?
I want to say 47.
Okay.
Hopefully not like their last time, which was 68.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I have not seen that game, but it was the same map, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I don't wish to be a negative Nancy, but seeing the hard strategy that they're taking with camping in this spot and the enemies taking their time to the door frame, I'm gonna have to say that we're looking at easily over 50 minutes. But that's just my guess. I could be completely wrong. When they migrated to the police station, did their effectiveness ramp up? Were they being more proficient?
I would say they were, but they had some trouble with flesh pounds because if they spawn all the way at the end of the road, the flesh pound has long enough to rage and run forward at them.
And
They
with
don't have
no
a sharpshooter.
Sharpies,
Yeah.
I was just gonna comment on that. If they had a sharpshooter to help down the line, that could have switched things up a bit, but without that, unless the demo decides to go all out against them, the supports don't really have much of a stopping power against the raging flesh pound coming from down the street.
It's all going to depend on where they stand and if they who they prioritize on who has armor. Because right now, only one person has about 50% armor. But that's probably going to change later on. They're probably just trying to save their money.
Yeah, funds are still a bit overall average. I want to say half a grand, still 3 figures, but should be okay. Although, and knee is at 27 bucks, but then again, that player may have already made some significant purchases.
I did see both Firebugs buy dual flares, but overall that's not a really expensive class, so I expect them to donate their money to other, like the demo and the 2 supports to get AA-12s.
Oh, some nice little dramatic action there. A cloud that's already been dead in slow motion decides to spontaneously blow up. It's funny how such a simple mechanic goes a long way in expressing some nice detail. Well, aside from the speed of the match thus far, their form seems to be fairly strong. Simple and straightforward. Not quite sure how they'll manage if the team comes under stress with no medic on the team. Not that that's really a requisite, but they'll have to keep an eye on their health if they're all going to be coming through this together. If there's one thing I have to give Team Cannon Fodder, it's that they know how to make use of their style points. Alright, and we are at the end of Wave 3 with just about a dozen Zeds left to burn. No pun intended. And we'll see where their next trader location is. Could be behind them, or could be far off, but for their sake, hopefully it's someplace close.
I'm surprised that they aren't leaving more quickly. They just kind of all sit in there until it hits like 3, like right now.
I was just gonna say, once they did hit that number, it was as if they were almost timid and stepping out of the door frame. It's like, can we go? Are you sure? Okay. And they just ran off. But yeah, it looks like they're on to the next spot. Let's see, there's no clod on the door frame this time. That's good. Oh, okay, so the next trader wave, if I'm not mistaken, is over at the Filthy Wench. Okay, another successful wave, clocking in at about 16 minutes.
There we go. There's the AA-12s.
Oh,
Looks like, oh,
are they
police
altering their
station.
strategy? Yep.
Yes.
Okay, things are about to pick up now. Now, from this location, which I'll admit I haven't really put to much use for my time. Usually I would just hang out at the church or I'd be at the tunnels. But in the police station, how many angles are we looking at for places where Zeds can flank them from?
There's only the right side, unless they all stay in this room. See, there's like 2 clots coming in right now. And then the front.
Okay.
So it's still a pretty slow spot, whereas there's only one place tunnel. There's only one place where they're coming from.
So is there any danger of them coming from the rear?
Not so much.
Well, as long as no flesh pounds come from that angle, I think these guys have a pretty solid shot.
Still hoping for the triple flesh pound spawn though. Gonna say it every game.
That's what makes the world go around.
Unless it's like 2 doubles one after another, because that other game that I was helping out with, that was pretty exciting. And that actually wiped the team too.
Now this seems to be interesting. The entire street up ahead of them has about 2 clots, but on the right is quite the mob coming through.
Right,
So-
because those spawn points are a lot closer by.
Yes, yes, you're right. Although I would, for their sake, one would hope that all of them would come from down the street, and if that was the case, a sharpshooter would have been a good idea to just mow down the lanes of the enemies. Because something like 3 supports, I feel, wouldn't be as effective at long range.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could go sniper shotgun. I don't know how effective it would be, but
From their location, yeah,
I'd rather them just use pistols to pick stuff off.
that's a very sound idea. Because if I was a support in their location, I feel like I would start opening fire with shotguns when they were like approaching the door frame. At least that's how I would approach that. Unless I was using the HSG, which I haven't used in a while, but that would be like the most I would go with, is trying to take down the lane.
So right now, the support shouldn't even have to shoot. They are a little bit, but they shouldn't have to at all, because there's 2 firebugs right there, and they're excellent for clearing trash.
Absolutely. They're doing a really good job of just clearing out the mob, and yeah, anything that the supports would be dealing out would be just plain ineffective.
It's also just a waste of ammo. It seems like they both have pretty much all their ammo. Dark Crow got a little excited though. His AA-12.
The demo has me scratching my head slightly with the least amount of kills in the entire team. One would think he would capitalize on certain cluster situations.
Reloading!
Oh, looks like we're having the same problem.
Uh-oh. I see 3 enemies inside. I mean, I'm sorry, 3 of the players still inside the police station. Shiva is in the rear in the hallway holding out any intruders, but
Hold on a sec, I'm reloading.
did 2 of the players just spawn by the church?
Mm-hmm. They got moved again.
The fact that it's happening to just this team, to my knowledge, would leave me to speculate if it's something with the players in their regions. Mark chiming in, seeing if the team would like to restart the wave. Although with 13 Zeds left, and they didn't really lose too much time, I don't think that... Oh, one of them just disconnected. That's unfortunate timing halfway through the game.
Happened on the same wave too.
Okay, it looks like we'll be holding out until the 6th player returns into the game. To which then, unless there's any other unforeseen events, they'll just start up again and continue to finish the wave out. Unless they choose to restart the wave, which...
I think they are. Yeah, without a penalty. Because I did see 2 players suddenly spawn on the other side of the map. Which is what happened last time. And that's why they were playing this map.
Not that I would be against the restart, but with 13 Zeds left, I'm just wondering if it's a cost-effective decision to make. Okay, once Enkai comes back, we're starting the wave. Guessing the team is making sure he didn't run off to grab an ice cream sandwich, which I wouldn't blame him.
This is a good bathroom break right now.
Yes, if
If anyone has to pee, do it now.
If
Might not
nature
get
is
another
calling
chance.
anyone, that will be right. It'll be quite a game for quite some time. So if nature is calling, by no means, don't feel bad. Although now I am thinking about an ice cream sandwich. Okay, well, we're still waiting for the sixth player to make a return. We can see that they're currently at 20 minutes on the clock on wave 4. And not even halfway through the game, they're already halfway through a general estimate of the time of what we've given. Well, I said after 50 minutes, and you gauge around 40 minutes? Or 47
Yeah,
minutes?
I said 47. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Just after you mentioned, this is totally before you mentioned about the police station thing, with all the clots bouncing there and then coming back and then bouncing again. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I can see how camping at some sites obviously is a great strategy, but for the first couple of waves, the way I see them are typically freebies, or at least like low threat. So
So I'm assuming you've played this map a lot. Where do you usually hold?
it's funny that you mention that because so far one of my favorite maps in KF2 is the West London remake.
Oh, I
which
have not
was-
played that yet.
It is well done. I forgot who the author is. MGS Sniper, I believe. And I think the map is still currently in production because the version that I played actually has a time of day and weather cycle, which is amazing. But
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, so it's fun. And ironically, in that one, because in KF1 I would be typically camping in the church, but of course my strategy would differ because I wouldn't be playing against a time like
Right,
this
yeah.
team is.
Yeah,
so
and there's like no pressure to perform. Right?
Yeah,
you can just play whatever
exactly.
you want.
exactly, you could just be in the church. Sometimes it make it a little stale, but that would actually be okay because you'd be more than ready for when a big threat comes in. But in the interest of time, you know, obviously your top priority should just be to mow down the hordes as quick as possible. I forgot which map. When I participated in the first KF tourney, I think we were playing in what was it? Bedlam, and we just
What
kind of
perk did you play?
I want to say support specialist because that's usually what I rock for the most part. And what we did, if I remember correctly, is that we camped in the beginning, like where that L-shaped hallway is to the left.
Right, the blue hallway?
Yeah, yeah. And there you could afford to camp because enemies would just be coming from every direction, you know? And we knew that enemies wouldn't take their time getting to us, so we were okay there. But if we had something like West London, you know, we knew that things could get a little stagnant at times, and a strategy like that when you're playing for time just wouldn't work. You'd be just like losing so much opportunity for carving off time, even if you skip the trader wave, just like Cannon Fodder has done. So.
Oh, it looks like the 6th player has come back.
Oh, you're right. Nkai has re-entered the game. Let's see if looks like he's still loading, but it looks like he's good.
All right, I think he was their 3rd support specialist. Yes.
Yes, you're correct.
So we're just waiting for him to select the same perk that he was just playing, and we're going to continue wave. Unless they wanted to restart.
Okay, guy is re-upped on his support perk. Okay, we are fully
we're
back
restarting
online.
the wave.
I have to give immense props and accolades to the Killing Floor Games Mutator. Just putting together such a wonderfully cohesive and informative display of info
I
for
agree.
all players.
Yeah.
Very
I
well
really
done.
love being able to see what weapons they have, like, in spectator mode. It was like the biggest gripe for me, even like their health and stuff, because when you spectate in regular games, they're just people running around.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's just having that level of information across all players just makes it that much more engaging to see, you know, where everybody's at that moment in time.
Even like knowing ammo too, like that's like I've never even thought of that.
That hasn't crossed my mind. I had to ask Mart what that green bar was, and when you told me it was ammo, I was like, oh my goodness, that's brilliant. Okay, so restarting wave 4, although now Cannon Fodder has retreated back to the church.
Yes. Church is safety.
It is safety, but it may be damaging to them in terms of time. So we'll have to see how that goes.
It kind of sucks that they can't use the place that they probably practiced at dozens of times.
In the previous attempt of the entire previous game, was it the first wave that they went to the police station where the disconnect happened?
No, it was actually the same wave. It was wave 4. 3 people had teleported across the map, and they are actually almost wiped.
So they were already at the police station by wave 3, correct?
No, I think they had just moved at wave 4. They stayed at the church for wave 4.
Ah. It probably has no correlation, but if they go to the police station for wave 5, and this disconnect happens again, I don't know, it's hard for me to believe in coincidences, but I'd be scratching my head with a big question mark look on my face if that were to pass.
Give me a sec. Reloading.
Although I suppose it's nothing too unheard of. There are times when I could be playing a certain game, and depending on my hardware spec meeting the game's requirements, if I reach a certain point in the game, my computer might chug or not like whatever it is that it's rendering and backfire on me in some way. Granted, Killing Floor 1 is quite an old game. You know, people from all over the world are participating in Killing Floor games.
Right.
And, you know, that means people from all walks of life with all different rigs and setups and internet connections are here to play, so who knows? There could always be the off chance that, you know, something at the police station just might not be agreeing with their setup.
No, that's true. I just know all the teams, they're from all over the world. Like, yeah, that's why we have so many servers. It's like one for each country almost.
That's a very
continent.
Yes.
One for each continent.
Very good idea all around. Because it's only fair, you know, if Team A has 20 ping and Team B has 200 ping, it's kind of unfair to slap Team B as inferior because they were already given a defect from the start.
That's kind of why I thought this team was somewhat interesting, because 2 of the players have over 150 ping. Or sorry, not 2, 4 of them. 2 players have 56 ping, so they're pretty close to the server.
I saw one of the players speak Spanish at one point, so
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken, some of these players are from either Latin America or just South America altogether.
I believe so.
Okay, we are down to 60 enemies left on the scope. About to enter wave 5 once this badge is cleared out.
We just got around 21 minutes. It's good to see that they're keeping their firebugs tucked in. It allows the spawn point at the road to work. I remember one of the games, their firebug just kept getting overly excited and stepping out, and it would stop the spawn from the road. It would slow down their time too, so.
It's probably a safe estimate, but do you feel that they're probably going to retreat to the police station after this wave?
I don't know. After how it just happened again, how they're, like, their team just spawned over there. Like, even just moving to the church after that police station incident just then, I don't think they're gonna go back.
Single digits now. We have a siren coming, but other than that, it seems to be a pretty straightforward clear out. Although they're not moving at. Oh, wait, there they go.
Yep.
Now clearing out the door frame. Okay, let's see where the next trader is going to be. If they're lucky, it might be at the Filthy Wench once again. Oh,
Nope,
no, it
looks like
it's
they got the far trader.
distance. Yep.
Yeah.
And they're embarking on that little trek 4Z's left. May not have been the most optimal approach when you have such a distance to clear. One of the firebugs and me is en route, pulling up the rear. Although, I don't. Oh, there's the last Zed.
Yeah, it was a stalker. It was right behind the large group. I think he was waiting for it, but he didn't know where it was.
So Melode is now bringing some heavy firepower to the game with an M32 grenade launcher.
It looks like Dark Crow went back to a hunting shotgun. Wonder why he would have sold it in the first. Oh, it looks like they're holding the tunnel this time. This is a more, this is a more classic spot that I've seen for this map.
There's an ammo crate nearby. Should come in handy for anybody feeling a little skimp. And now with Wave 5 starting with over 250 Zeds, we'll start seeing some Scrakes putting on the pain. Although you do bring up a valid point why a player would rebuy the hunting shotgun if he's given that at spawn.
Yeah, it's a little bit of waste of money. Maybe he felt that he needed a panic button just in case. This is the Scrake round, the beginning of the Scrake round.
Yes, that's correct. So far, the majority of the heat seems to be coming from the trader end of the tunnel, with only just a couple of Zeds coming in from the other side, although that number seems to be increasing slightly.
We just hit 25 minutes. Oh, looks like we got a little ammo box on the left behind the Volkswagen.
Yep. Just waiting for anybody decides to get a little.
That's pretty nice of the game. Usually nothing spawns.
It'll be their only break for the entire duration of the game. Well, the team's actually doing a pretty good job of suppressing most of the threats.
Oh, looks like the demo picked up the ammo box. I think that's pretty typical because his ammo is like most expensive.
Expensive and not too abundant as he's rocking that M32. He's got a decent amount, but he could go by in a flurry if he's not careful. Down to about 50 Zeds and change. Oh, now just 50. Looks like they're about to wrap this up for the most part. Soon be entering Wave 6 at 27 minutes. Let's see if they can finish this off in half a minute. Not much action going on at all from the other end of the tunnel. And we are entering single digits. Let's see if they start making their way to the next trader. Looks like it's at the Filthy Wench. Yep, right there. Nice and convenient.
Looks like they're headed back towards the church. 3 teammates have bought armor. I think they could have afforded it for 2 more, but that's okay. No, actually all of them. Oh, skip. Waiting for the team to get back in there.
Alright, good job shaving off half a minute from the trader wave. Now they're nestled back in the church, which again is safe, but in the interest of time, may or may not impede their overall standings in the Killing Floor games.
Did we have a Scrake last round? I don't recall.
I did not see one.
There is one headed their way
right now.
Yep.
He was taking a nap at the police station last wave, so he's just paying a visit for us now.
Oh, we got another one coming too. They're staggered though, so they'll probably be able to take care of it.
They did a good job of clearing that strike out, but the demo's going to have to be careful. He's going to be laying out some damage to make sure he doesn't obstruct the vision of his teammates. Wow, the demo gets lucky in finding another ammo pack.
Yeah, they got another one. Okay, they've got a third scrape coming.
And he didn't have a chance. Yeah, a fair amount of Zeds are spawning outside the church, but some of them seem to just be haphazardly walking along different directions. Although we're getting a batch coming from over the fence. Approaching 160 Zeds remaining for Wave 6, with almost 30 minutes on the clock. And each wave is only going to get more intense. So, time aside, do you feel confident that this team is going to make it through the Patriarch?
I think so. Like, they did mention, they did practice earlier, but then again, that's under different circumstances, right? Because this is the real thing. You either win or you don't. When you're doing practices, you can lose all the time. Work out your strategy. They do have a solid chance, though.
They're managing their resources well. Most of them still have their armor. Well, at least 2/3 of them still have their armor intact. And their cash is looking, I wouldn't call it opulent, but considering that they've already bought some of the weaponry that they're interested in, they're doing pretty good monetary-wise, but again, it's just that safe angle that they're taking that's going to be cutting them down to size.
Right.
Going on towards the end.
I would say since the firebugs are the cheapest perks, because you already come with your flamethrower, right?
Yes.
And they just get flares, and that's what, 300? Then you can give your money to the supports, which all need AA-12s, which are, I think they're 1,200 each. And then all the money then funnels to the demo. So maybe that's what they were going for.
The demo is certainly seeing, well, let's see, we did have the disconnect, which reset the kill count for one of the players, but that aside, the demo is still coming in with the least amount of kills for the entire duration of the match thus far, which is kind of perplexing because it's usually the other way around. You know, demos tend to just like wipe the masses clean and just rack up like incredible amounts of Z kills.
Well, he doesn't really need to now because there's 2 flamethrowers up there right now. He can just save his ammo and save his money until they really need it for like pipe bombs and stuff.
I would say that is another sound and safe approach. But then, of course, I'm thinking how much safe is too safe to the point where it's going to dampen their place in the tournament. Although now we're coming in at about 30 Zeds left to wipe in Wave 6, going on at 33 minutes. Although this wave does feel to have gone faster than the initial waves, which seem to have felt to have dragged on for a while.
And again, there's one lone clot at that door.
Wondering if he's going to break it down again. Okay, single
Look,
digits.
they're being a little
adventurous, stepping out.
Get to the trader.
I was going to say before, when they hit 20 Zeds, I would have just started bolting it. Or at least peek out first and see if there was a crazy mob on the way. Okay.
Ah, they got the clot by the door.
Rest in peace. We hardly knew you.
Okay.
Okay, Scrake's coming their way. Do they plan on luring it out?
Give me a sec.
It looks like the next trader will be underground.
The far
seems
trader
like it.
again.
Yeah.
It actually might have been smarter to rage that Scrake so it came running at the team instead of waiting for it to walk to them. Because even if it's raged, you can still flinch it with flares.
If there's going to be a wave skip, I don't think it'll be too effective for this particular trader event.
Here's some cash, guys. Someone take it.
Buy something great.
Which leaves us to ask, do they plan to camp in the tunnel or make it all the way back to the church?
Buy something.
Like Shiva's still in the trader. Oh, there we go.
Alright, they've all left. Let's see where they're headed with less than 20 seconds left on the clock. See, Dark Crow's going down the street, but the
Might be
rest of
going
the
back
team
to the-
seems to be in a tunnel.
Yeah, they might go back to the tunnel.
Oh, 5 seconds to burn.
Or not. I think they're
Are
headed
they-
back to the church.
Are they? Oh. Oh. Bit of a daring approach. We'll have to get in before things get too hectic.
Oh, they got 2 Scrake spawn already. Better get there quickly.
Inside of the church is clear, so they'll have to take advantage of that window.
And their first flesh pound has already spawned.
Hope they hear his audio cues. Because here he is.
Yeah, it's not like KFG, is it?
If there's one critique I'd have to give about Killing Floor 2, it's that I feel like the first game, the Scrakes and the Fleshbounds in particular, had very signature-esque sounds. You know? In KF2, I'm afraid to say they're a bit more generic, and unfortunately, I actually have a hard time determining which one of them are spawning when they have that spawn scream that they do. Like, I really can't tell if it's a spawn or Scrake coming. But in KF1, that was never the issue. It was always very distinct.
I think I've just played it for so long that I just kind of know. It's like second instinct.
About KF1 or KF2?
KF1.
Yeah.
There are some ninja flesh pounds though, I will say, in Gorbass. It's just like they're so quiet, and suddenly you get hit by something, you're like, I'm half dead.
But as they're hitting you, they would at least I would hope, at least, that they would announce themselves well. But in KF2, sometimes it feels like you're shooting at this big, dangerous, angry-looking pillow who goes down as quiet as a pillow and kill him, you know? At least in KF1, there was like a gratification to hearing them rage and, you know, do all their sounds. Plus the fact that they spoke. I mean, come on, it doesn't get cooler than that.
They do have some audio lines.
Yeah. I've always been fascinated with trousers ever since I've met KF1 Scrake.
I know there's a Pepsi Man mod for the Scrake in KF2.
A Pepsi Man mod?
Yes.
I'm afraid you'll have to indulge me and the audience now about what that is exactly.
Also, I think in KF1 there's one for the Patriarch. The Pepsi band, I don't know, it's like a little jingle. It plays when he appears.
How did I not hear about this?
Yeah, it's pretty funny. You're like dying and you can't help it because you're laughing so hard that this thing is running at you. Oh, they raged their flesh pound.
I think they raged him without even knowing he was there. He literally just appeared in front of the doorway. Oh, they did a good job of silencing him out. With a Scrake coming around the bend, and Still a few Zeds walking in the opposite direction, heading to the police station.
Trying to wake up the Scrakes, that's why.
Cloud's gotta
Speaking
get
of-
their stuff together.
Yeah, there's one walking down too. Oh, now there's a... I think it's a crawler by the door.
We got 2 Scrakes and 2 Husks starting to approach the door. Coming from across the street. Alright, we're into double digits now. So we cleared a good chunk of the wave out. Coming in at 90 Zeds, and wave 7 at going on 39 minutes. Okay, with another Zed at the door, but now it seems to be just a scattered range of Zeds. They don't seem too lethal. But at least they're going at a consistent rate. Oh,
Right.
we got a Fleshbound approaching the corner of the church.
And a siren.
That's if that's one thing
Oh,
that
the
would
theater.
have me. Okay, good. Because I was gonna say if that's one thing that would have me shaking my fist in the air is when a siren is backing up a Fleshbound, so that you could throw a bunch of grenades at a Fleshbound, but you don't see that there's a siren behind it, and then the siren just nukes all the grenades and essentially nullifies any attempt that you had at weakening the Fleshbound. So you try to throw more grenades or do anything to compensate for that, but then the siren just keeps diminishing everything you're throwing at them. That's one tactic that always makes me like grind my teeth, but it's only fair that the Zeds have a spontaneous strategy like that on their own sometimes, since it's only fair as us humans have our own strategies, like this one. And with about 10 Zeds left, maybe they'll start making their way after the Scrake. Looks like most of the biggest threats have been eradicated.
Yeah, sirens are awful too because they also cancel pipe bombs.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's a demo's, I would say it is a demo's antagonist.
Worst nightmare. Oh, still have that crawler on that door. They didn't see it though. Oh wait,
Oh, is Shiva
saw
clearing
it.
it?
Yes.
Nicely done. That would have been a big headache if none of them saw it and just decided to say, hey, where's where's the last Zed for the next 20 minutes?
Hold on a tick, I'm reloading.
Okay, back at the Filthy Wench. These guys love to drink.
Buy something pretty for yourself.
Here's some cash, guys. Someone take it.
And it looks like they're headed back to the church. Yep, they're all in, shaving off about 24 seconds. I'm sorry, 36 seconds. They took 24 seconds, clearing out that trader wave.
Time.
Oh, what's this? They're welling the door? Unless I'm missing something, I'm not quite
I believe
sure.
they did this
what that-
last time. But they did it last time because they had a double Fleshpound spawn, and what happened was the Fleshpounds went around to the other door, but they split up. And then they unwelded the door, and it only came, the Fleshpounds came staggered.
That'd be interesting to see something like that again.
This time there weren't any Fleshpounds, it was just standard trash, so I'm wondering why they did that.
At first glance, I was just assuming if they were just trying to stack some of the opposition at the door. Maybe to artificially inflate their kill count. Or not
Oh,
artificially,
got a little
but
panic there.
Oh,
Flesh Pound.
we got someone who wants guests.
Yeah, the Flesh Pound went for one of the firebugs.
So unless I'm missing anything, it looks safe to say that Demo and his team is reserving himself for high-level threats.
Yep, it looks like it. He did have a little panic attack when the Flesh Pound came into the church.
Yeah, anything requiring close quarters combat with the Demo is usually a stressed sign.
It's a bad time. As long as he doesn't kill himself, though. That's usually what happens when I play Demo. I'm a terrible Demo.
I was just gonna say, anybody who knows me knows I've done some really silly things in my time when playing as a Demo. Like, the worst of it is when a stalker just pops up in front of you that you didn't see. So you aim down sight, shoot, and knowing that
Blunt
left click
damage.
knowing that left click essentially was a suicide button, you just sit there with your eyes on the top of your head like, seriously? But even after all those suicides I've committed, I still hold the Demo perk dear to me.
Ooh, we got a Flesh Pound jumping right in front of them.
That was a big surprise. Thankfully they took it down in
Yeah,
due
they cleared
time.
it really quickly. Yeah, it was like right on top of the fence and it just jumped right in front of the door. It's a shame it
see
wasn't a
that-
double.
I wonder, are you trying to have him face doubles and triples?
I don't know, but it does make the game very exciting for me.
We'll just install an alert button for you to say, oh, the part of the match that you like the most just came up, come watch.
Oh yeah, I love the chaos. When it's controlled, like it's good for the team.
Not
But
so much for for
not
you. or
so
the
much
rest
for
of
me.
us.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a triple.
I'm trying to refrain from screaming, oh baby, a triple.
That's fine. If you see it before me, you call that stuff out. I want to know.
Okay,
I will
I'm
be there.
I'm
I will
obliged
zoom
to
my
now.
camera all the way over there just to find it.
I'm obliged to now. I'll keep an eye out. But so far, the team has their acts pretty well together. Everybody's at full health. Armor is about around half for the whole team. But with about to approach double digits, we're almost 2/3 of the way through Wave 8. And it's looking good thus far with everybody pretty healthy on their ammo count from first glance.
Yeah, they're mostly about halfway. That's not that bad.
Now you have me curious if 3 flesh pounds are going to spawn over the gate. Just jump right down the fence and be like, oh hey, now it's a party.
Can't you see I'm reloading?
Yeah, it looks like they keep getting staggered streaks.
Give me a sec.
New mag, give me a sec. New mag, give me a sec.
Man, I'm just the worst predictor of time. I've gotten it wrong
It's-
every time. I'm just like, oh, okay. Well,
Well, there's a reason I say ballpark figure, because it's, you know, a setup like this, it would be too difficult to pinpoint, you know, a gauge of a time. Because there's so many variables, and with such a wide girth to deal with, you know.
like even with like disconnections and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like we were making our assumptions without disconnections in taken into account. Oh, we got a Scrake and a Flesh Pound. Ooh, that Flesh Pound went out with a bang.
Yeah, they dealt with it pretty swiftly. Didn't even get out of his rage animation. Oh,
Can't say the same for that Scrake. It looks like it
And
took
Lee.
a chunk out of someone.
yeah, and Lee did get hit by that Scrake. He's gonna be retreating for a bit now until he can get his health back up. But they are almost done this wave, so doesn't look like anyone's leaving.
2 Zeds left to go. Let's see where the next trader is going to be at. Oh.
Probably in the church. Yep.
Oh, convenient.
Bank of meat, open for business.
A lot of getting more pipe bombs.
Loads of money.
The sound of a pipe bomb is always a nice jingle to go to sleep with. Makes me feel
Until it
safe.
blows you up.
Until it blows me up. But I won't be around to complain about that afterwards, so thus far it's always been a gentle lullaby for me.
I actually saw that happen in one of the Biotics Lab games earlier today. I think it was a husk shot, and it shot. Oh, I skipped trader.
Way up, reloading.
What was that, about 20, 30 seconds? I didn't see.
Roughly. But they were in a good position too with their location working out.
It's like they welded the door again. There's only a double siren there, though, so... Oh, it might cancel the pipe bombs that they have down there. They gotta be careful.
Oh no. So they're gonna let it break down?
Well, the longer they keep it welded, the more chances of something attacking their other door. There we go, it broke down. Did it get rid of the pipes?
Oh, well, the siren didn't prematurely detonate, but they did go off.
Oh, got a
It was
raging
enough
flesh
of a
pound.
threat. That... Oh. Well, that pipe would have been convenient for him, but at least they took it down swiftly enough. Although there are 2 Scrakes coming into the picture now.
Yeah, double scrape. Both on fire.
The other door is still intact with no threats on it, so... Starting off, it looks like they're in good shape.
Good job on the hunting shotguns, though. I know as soon as the Scrakes rage, you can hunting shotgun them. Safely, actually. I believe there is a way to uppercut a Scrake without even doing pre-damage with a hunting shotgun, but I've yet to master it, so...
So what is your preferred method for hunting shotgun uppercutting Scrake?
I like to do fire axe hunting. I know some people do machete, some people do katana.
Yeah, machete is what I see happen around me for the most part.
It's probably because it's the cheapest, but sometimes I'll just spawn, like, see, like in this, you can't switch perks, right? I'll spawn Berserker, then immediately switch to support.
Very sound strategy. Although, slightly unrelated, but now you got me wondering. In regards to KF2, what do you think the Firebug's melee weapon is going to be?
Oh.
Maybe not a fire axe, unless you think that that's too
No, I don't
overpowered.
think so. It's probably gonna be some sort of knife. It would be cool if it was like a heat blade or something.
I guess time will tell.
Did they make any mentions about it?
Not to my knowledge. They've been mum for the most part. Although some of the weapons that they've teased does look interesting, like that caulk gun.
Oh,
the-
yeah.
That looks very interesting.
Didn't the demo have like a pistol too? Like a weird explosive pistol?
Oh yeah, it's I forgot what it was called. It was a Horzine weapon that I think it like detonated pellets around the point where you shot at. I don't know the specifics, but either way, it looks very fun to play with. Although